YouTube world, what is good, everybody? How's everybody chilling? How's everybody living on this good little old Tuesday that we got up in here in the first month of January of 2025? Y'all already know where y'all locked in, tuned with. It's the one man, four styles and flavor of DFW Sports. You know it's your boy, the super fan from the DFW land. You see the decor in the background. Y'all know how we repping and everything that we doing around these parts, man. Got some good things going on for y'all, man. Got a good show coming for y'all, man. We gonna talk. It's game night for a couple of teams in the DFW. It's game night for the Dallas Stars against the Carolina Hurricanes. It's game night for ACC play for the SMU Mustangs, along playing against the number 25 ranked Louisville Cardinals. We're going to talk about those games as they go on, man. I got some things to get off my chest as well. We're going to talk some Dallas Mavericks coming up in here. They slipping, they falling. Will they make moves, and what can they do? Can they gain a streak with a tough little stretch that they got going before Luka Doncic gets reevaluated? And then y'all already know what I got to do. We got to talk some Dallas Cowboys. What's really going on, man, with the interviews that's getting updated? We got some candidates that look like they're slipping in between the crack, and I'm going to tell you why Jerry is really not serious. So stick it with me right here. I'm just going to bring y'all a little bit more flavor real quick. So DJ, for me one time, go ahead and drop that track for your boy.
Take a reflexive, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made not a title, cause it's my identity. And wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in a symphony. They keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency. And ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my intensity.
Yeah. What's good? Bringing it back for y'all one time like we should, man. Hey, man, how's everybody doing? Getting everything live. Y'all know it's basically the end of football season, so it's not that much football to go around. You know, the NCAA championship game was last night. Ohio State ended up coming through, winning it all. You know, the most expensive team in college football ended up winning it all. I'll give my thoughts about the college football playoff and how it went down, but let me jump with your Mavericks, man. Let me jump on the Mavericks' tail real quick, bro. What's really going on with our Mavericks? We know that they hurt. More injuries. Keep hitting the injury report, man. These dudes are falling, man. They're sitting about, what, 7th, 8th in the West right now, bro. It's looking real dire right now, and I know we got a lot of players that's injured and all that type of stuff, and that's really the key to all this. The Mavericks, we know. I think a lot of Mavs fans, look, a lot of us can get on Jason Kidd's head. He on his top, he does do some things that, you know, make you want to question. I get that. I get it. But come on, bro. He's not playing with a full deck of cards this year. Straight up. And I told y'all this is a reoccurring theme, especially from 2024 all the way to this calendar year. As of now, all the DFW teams, they're getting hampered by these injuries, man. From the Cowboys, Rangers, to the Stars, and to the Mavs, man. It's running through the whole DFW, and it's hard to stomach right now. But I mean, the Mavericks, bro, and their schedule is not going to get any easier coming down the stretch. They got a game, what, tomorrow? Who they play tomorrow? It's Rivals Week for them. So they got to play Minnesota, Oklahoma City, and Boston here coming in their next stretch. Ooh, bro. It's going to be some tough times, man. It's some tough times, rough times coming ahead for the Dallas Mavericks, but they just got to get help. Can they just hold down the fort? A lot of people talking about trading Daniel Gafford, and ever since them talks done came up, it lit a fire under his belt, bro. You done lost to arguably two of, you know, the worst teams in the association. Now, they have been, you know, New Orleans and Charlotte has been hot here the last few games that they have played. But nonetheless, I mean, against, you know, Charlotte, you looked at that game, bro. Kyrie came in there, did his thing. Daniel Gafford winning 8. But the main thing that kept Charlotte in there, they was able to hit 3-pointers, and y'all weren't. I mean, that was basically the bottom line to the whole situation. Y'all didn't hit y'all 3-point ball. I think they went, like 6 of 32, 30-something. I mean, bruh, you 18% from behind the arc, that ain't going to get you nothing, bro. Nothing. Now, we all sitting here holding on breath like, bro, we need Luka Doncic. No, you're going to need Derek Lively. You're going to need Najee Marshall. You're going to need Quentin Grimes. All these dudes are hurt or sick. And now Klay Thompson, he questionable. He's sick or hurt. Now, that has been the biggest disappointment, I will say, being a Maverick fan right now. I thought we were, as of this point, I thought we were getting more from Klay Thompson. We already knew defensively he was going to add to the liability that you already had on the defensive side. But we figured that his offense could offset those deficiencies he had on the defensive side. And, bro, 12 points a game is not getting it for me. You know what I'm saying? That's not cutting it for us. That's not going to get us nowhere. Now, Nico does believe if this team managed to make it into the playoffs, that's where Klay Thompson is going to become most valuable. But, bro, y'all struggling to be a play-in team right now. Forget trying to get it. Y'all need to focus on trying to keep stealing wins as much as you can. And the game against the Pelicans and the Hornets are, the Hornets now, those were 2 games for you to get through. Those were 2 games for you to get, man. And you let them get away. One of them, you had damn near a 20-point lead and you let it get away, man. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. No excuse for the Mavericks, man. But they are hurt. They are hurt, and they're most likely going to go into tomorrow night and be hurt even more. So, Mavericks, y'all going to have to gut it out. Kyrie, man, give Kyrie his credit, bro. Kyrie is playing at an all-star level when he's able to give you everything. Now, the problem with Kyrie is he's dealing with this back injury, with this bulging disc. So it's going to be certain nights he can go hard, and there's going to be a lot of nights where he's going to have to chill. He's going to have to chill. He's really under management right now. And I mean, with no Kyrie right now, yeah, y'all being at the bottom of the league. That's how I see it. That's really how I see it. But the Mavs are trying to battle back. They are trying to battle back. Yeah, they is. What up, you listeners? What's good? What is good? Appreciate you joining in the chat one time for your boy Travel. Randall, what you got? We could use any guy like Deion Sanders. He has the classic coaching skills and has history with the Cowboys. So you want to jump on the Cowboys? You really want to rain on my parade right now, huh? You really want to rain on my parade right now because it ain't nothing but rainy days fucking with the Dallas Cowboys. And this is my joint to everybody who's on this Cowboy train coming in. TGK, what's good? What's good? Appreciate you for tuning in, man. Y'all already know TGK is the guy. Check him out. You know the Mavs will be playing tomorrow. Check his pregame out. Check his channel out. Like, subscribe, hit that thing up. Be at tune for all time. My man's good. Follow him on X as well. As I was talking about the Mavericks, man, I'm like, bro, it's one of those things, man. They just got to find a way to just hold this together until the cavalry can come, man. And it's one of those deals. We look at Jason Kidd. We're down talking on him, but at the same time, he does get a little. I don't want to say he get a reprieve, but bro, the whole lineup been banged up all year, bro. It's really hard to get a gauge on what this team could be. I'm really disappointed in Klay, what we got, but damn, bro, Klay giving you 12 points, 14, that's not enough, man. And it's almost like he's really not having no impact. Offensively or defensively, he's not having no impact. So really you lose there. And then, like I said, with Kyrie doing all he can, he doing so much, he got a bulging disc in his back. Come on. And now back injuries towards his age where it is, that's never a good recipe. Never a good combination. Never a good combination. TGK said, man, the season is done. Before All-Star break, the season is done. Done. Looking at it right now, it would be hard to argue. It's hard to argue to see any positivity. The only positivity that you could get from the Mavericks in this season right now is if they just get healthy. And if they get healthy, can they put it together quick? What gives me hope is this team took flight last year after the trade deadline. So that team that went to the finals, my biggest thing, which I had high expectations for the Mavericks coming into this season was, bro, They had barely half a season to gel with what they did to make it to the NBA Finals. Now they get a kind of full season to gel. It can help. Really, we can sit here and say they haven't had a full season to gel. Just really only a half a season. Now that half a season took them into the NBA Finals, but I still think they get healthy. That's the positive thing you get. You get Derek Lively, you get Luka back healthy, along with Quinn Grimes. And I mean, all the trade, you can make a trade, but why make a trade now? If you're stuck where you're stuck and you do make a trade and you have to do a hellacious lot of shit just to get into the playoffs, why make a trade? And like I said, since that trade talk came about with Gafford, bro, Gafford, a fire been lit up under his ass, and he's playing possessed. He playing possessed. But to TGK point, if the Mavs season is done, I believe it's more done just because we just too banged up, bro. It's ill luck of fortune. Really, like the basketball guys is on this season where it just ain't happening. You just came off a long NBA Finals run, and now you come into the middle of the season already banged up. Pah! 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 Why can't I witness a single good Dallas team, regardless what accomplishments they have to do with making the playoffs or being in the playoffs? And right there. And like I said, this started last year with the Rangers when they tried their quest to repeat as World Series champs. They were banged up. They came in that boy. Josh Young missed a whole bunch of games. Evan Carter had a back issue, required him surgery. Jacob deGrom missed the whole season anyway. You were down Scherzer. I mean, Adolis Garcia got banged up. I mean, you missed a lot of time. Seager was in and out of the lineup. They battled injuries. Cowboys 2024. Sam Williams, the day before you go into padded practice, before the season starts, you lose him for the season. Then you lose Tank. Then you lose Micah. Then you lose Dak. I mean, it just kept rolling. It just kept rolling. Stars come in. You get Dumba as you acquire Dumba in a trade. He gets hurt in the beginning of the season. Right now, Tyler Seguin, he's basically sitting on the IR, basically with his surgery he got going on. Now you look at the Mavs, Derek Lively, Luka Doncic. I mean, it just in the words of Erykah Badu, it goes on and on and on and on. The injuries rolling like some Rolling Stone. Thomas Harley gets in there. Let's go. Stars tied up. Wyatt Johnson, good move. Give me a pass. Good give right there. Good job, Harley, to stay in position. Good give. Stars tied up 1 apiece against the Carolina Hurricanes. So I see you, Duchesne. Good assist right there. Good assist right there. Both of these teams are hiding the last 10 games, right? 10, 11 games really right now. So, both teams, top of their divisions, coming up in there, doing some things right now. So, trying to get some good things coming up in here. Thomas Harley with his 7th goal of the season this year is at his tie game with under 9.5 left in the third period. This was a game I was thinking about going. And the same thing that always happens in a Dallas Stars game, soon as y'all motherfuckers take a goal, Carolina, less than a minute, takes the lead back and gets the goal. It's 2-1 Carolina. Right in the midst of me telling y'all that. Too many times for the Dallas Stars. Bro, they get a goal, they get a lead, and not even a minute later, they giving it back up. God dang. Danny, what's good, man? And this leads me to travel around the question. Everybody talks about Dion. You know what I'm saying? It's like once you make or win the championship, the team starts losing the following season. I don't get it. Like I said, in this case for the Rangers, in this case for the Mavericks, they hurt. They hurt, man. They were hurt. But to y'all point, everybody wants Dion. I told y'all I'm not opposed to Dion being the head coach for the Cowboys, but it's just not the right situation. It's not a situation that'll benefit him. It just won't benefit him. Are we getting Coach Prime? We are not getting Coach Prime, I'm telling you. And this is my point to y'all. Look, everybody got excited when the news came out that Jerry supposedly personally called Dion, right? Okay. So you mean to tell me the same GM, the same owner that picked up the phone to call Deion Sanders about that, and you look, Deion ain't even been on the interview. We done interviewed a lot of coaches. He ain't even been interviewed. The same GM that got on the phone that called Deion about the head coaching job for the Dallas Cowboys is the same owner, same GM that his team needed a running back. And there was a running back by the name of Derrick Henry that stays in the same city. Same city. You didn't even pick up the phone to call. Okay. Ben Johnson went through a lot of interviews, right? Ben Johnson, I think, was probably the hottest coaching candidate out of all the coaches, right? He went through a mass number of interviews. You didn't even pick up the phone to call him. Okay. But you pick up the phone to call Deion Sanders to make a charade about nothing, and then still don't even give him the interview. Jerry, what's up, bro? Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, real talk, what is going on, y'all? What Jerry and Steven, this is both of y'all. BOFEM, both of them. This is both of y'all, bro. What are y'all doing? So you pick up the phone to call Deion, don't interview him, but you can't pick up the phone to even see what Derrick Henry will play for. But you want to go cheap, and you brought in Ezekiel Elliott. Now, you done did Leslie Frazier, Robert Saleh, you done did Kellen Moore. Now the latest is they have interviewed and just finished their interview with Brian Schottenheimer, who was your offensive coordinator under Mike McCarthy. Are you serious? Really? So, your idea, you mean to tell me you invested $240 million in a quarterback along with paying your receiver about $34 million, $35 million a year? You invested in all that, and you mean to tell me you were going to put a coach on his last year of his deal with no insurance to go farther, and you don't have a contingency plan in play? You're not serious, bro. You ain't talking about winning, bro. You is not talking about winning, bro. Let's keep it clear cut. You put a whole coaching staff on a 1-year deal, and you did not have a contingency plan in play? Your contingency plan, and if you did, your contingency plan is bringing in a coach that has no NFL head coaching experience. For why? Schottenheimer been in the league a long time. He has never, I don't think he's been a head coach. I might be wrong, but I don't think he's been a head coach. Deion, never been an NFL head coach. Kellen Moore, never been an NFL head coach. Jason Witten, never been an NFL head coach. Deion, never been an NFL head coach. This is what you're banking on? Come on, bro. Like, this is really ridiculous, y'all. It is really ridiculous, bro. What can you do as a Cowboy fan, man? Like I said, I wouldn't mind Deion, to be honest. I wouldn't mind it because I know he's going to have them players ready to play. But this just is not the situation for him. This is just not the situation. Like I said, you picked up the phone, called Deion, but you couldn't pick up the phone to call a running back that was in your city that you could have used. All right. You don't even pick up the phone to call Ben Johnson. Now, I've been rumbling about Cliff Kingsbury, but with what Jerry's trying to do, to me personally, Dak, you got this money and you're about to take the fall for it. That is really what it's going to be about, because you already hear it in the Jones. Now, there's a lot of contingency that says, Dak, you don't deserve $60 million, which can be true. That can be true. But a lot of, on the other flip side, bro, you looking at it like, bro, Jerry, you're going to hold this and say, we got a lot of money tied up into players why we can't make no move. Then why even resign them? See, the problem with Jerry and Steven is y'all dragging y'all asses way too much to do some shit, bro. Y'all act like y'all didn't have no sense of urgency to sign CD Lamb. Y'all act like y'all didn't want to sign Dak. You act like you want to get rid of Mike McCarthy, or you act like you want to bring Dan Quinn. Look, like I said, I'm a Dak supporter, but bro, Dak, there is no defending you. You got a rookie quarterback in your division that it has the same amount of playoff victories as you and has made it farther than you in his rookie year. And we can all sit here and say, I think we can all agree the 2016 Dallas Cowboys is better than the 2024 Washington Commanders. I think I can literally sit there and say that. And it's just on the strength of the offensive line that the Dallas Cowboys had in 2016. Now, did Dak do all he could in the Green Bay game, divisional game, when they had that number 1 seed down here? Yes, he did. He got Aaron Rodgers because of his defense. That's what happened. But I can say that 2016 team was better than the 2024 Washington Commanders. And for some reason, you couldn't get out the divisional round. You couldn't even get a playoff win. Washington, with your former defensive coordinator and former Cowboys over there, get 2 playoff wins on the road and is in the NFC Championship game. Woo-wee. Let's be real. Jerry gonna beat Jerry, so don't expect anything huge. He picked up the phone to call Dion, but he couldn't pick up the phone to call Derrick Henry, who was in the same city, same zip code. Or area code. And you brought in Ezekiel Elliott. If you're gonna tell me Schottenheimer is gonna be the head coach, then why didn't you just keep Mike McCarthy, bro? To be honest with you, why didn't you keep Mike McCarthy? Now, a lot of people gonna say Jerry has always been in the way. What if, then this is gonna, my point is gonna make Jerry, where I get more hot about Jerry and Steven. Was the Mike McCarthy hire, they actually let Mike McCarthy do his thing? Because, he brought in a lot of his coaches. They did bring in some free agents that first year, and none of them made it out of training camp. And then a lot of them coaches weren't good. Did they actually step back and let Mike McCarthy do it? Handle most of this? Okay. If that was the case, why did you let a coach who hasn't been in the league for at least 2 years to come and this be the guy that you turn everything over to? Why? Okay. It just don't make sense how they are rolling, man. It don't make sense. He said Dak stole our money. I won't say that entirely, just for the simple fact Jerry didn't have to pay him. Jerry did not have to pay Dak. And it seemed like he was going to go in that direction. But for some reason, in the 11th hour, hours leading up into the season started, you see what I'm saying? I just don't understand Jerry trying to put pressure up. How do you put pressure on a coaching staff, on players, and everybody, but there's no pressure on your job title? There's no pressure on your job title as the GM. Explaining why you only have 4 playoff victories since 1995. And you are the last one to see an NFC championship game appearance, not win, appearance, since 1995. It's that bullshit. Dan Quinn sucks. What he did with our Cowboys versus Green Bay, cuz remember that? Is that what you want? Cuz I'm sure don't. Again. A lot of people blame Dak for that game, but like I said, that defense got their ass shredded. But Green Bay did exactly what they were supposed to do. Number one, the Cowboys defense never had physicality, so they never was able to stop the run. They were just able to get turnovers. They were able to generate turnovers. You had who? Tell me the linebackers that you had starting in that Green Bay playoff game. Who were your actual linebackers? They weren't good linebackers. They had to play dime. As mad as I got back and looked, I'm like, bro, why is you in dime the whole damn time? He ain't got no linebackers. He ain't had no linebackers, bro. Overshown was out. Van Der Esch was out. You had to rely, man, bruh. That was the one position that couldn't have no injuries, and they had injuries, and they suffered for it. And Green Bay attacked them for it. But I will sit here and say, I always say, 2022 with Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn, that was the best year because that defense right there was lights out. That defense was lights out. As much as Dak turned over the ball that year and he missed game, that defense was lights out. Dan Quinn defense was masterful 2022. 2023, his linebackers got hurt, and that really did them in. They were already finessed up front, which has been their downfall. But he still don't get exalted from all that. But you see the difference when he goes to Washington. New ownership. They let football people do football things, and they're getting him what he needs. Now you got a quarterback for cheap, and you got like $100 million in cap space. That is a real good situation to be put in. It's a good situation to be put in. Now, with the Cowboys, what was your situation? And then you're dealing with Mike McCarthy, bro. That's another issue. He said, I need Jerry gone, and I mean gone. My big bro has a line. He has a line. I don't want to say it. You know what I'm saying? But basically, won't nobody. It'll be a parade, and that's wrong as fuck. But it will be a parade when people get that breaking news. It will be a parade when Cowboy fans get that breaking news. And a lot of this has been subject, is this Jerry Jones' last hire? It don't even matter, bro. It really don't. Jerry gonna go out his way. I'm telling you, it will be a parade. Once you get that breaking news on your phone on that ticker, and you know what I'm talking about, it will be a parade. I won't be one throwing it. I won't be one indulging in it, but I will be discussing it. Bro, Cowboys hurt right now, bro. I mean, if you're going to tell me Brian Schottenheimer is your choice to be the head coach, it's basically, Dak, this is all on you. We paid you all the money. And that's our excuse. We can't make any moves because we gave you all the money. So this is going to be on you. Unless you want to waive your no trade clause. But basically, you're bringing in a coach that don't have to change nothing with Dak. Knows all the terminology and is good with Dak. And basically, we all said this in the beginning. This is really what you're going to have to do anyway. You're going to have to do this anyway. You were going to have to bring in somebody that you... Now, I don't know if Schottenheimer can develop Dak like that. I don't know how much Mike McCarthy really had control. What if, like I told y'all, what if Mike McCarthy did have a lot of control, y'all? What if Jerry actually did step back? My problem would be you took a step back with a coach that's been out the league for a couple years. That don't make no sense. Then you call Dion like you really gonna hire Dion. Man, you raved about Bill Belichick. You didn't even give him a call. Jerry and them really, bro, they just splurging money because they can. And when I say splurging money, I mean like they ain't tripping. They just blowing this shit, bro. 2025 is going to be another difficult year, bro. It's going to be another difficult year. You bring Brian Schottenheimer. Okay, he's a little bit younger. One thing I will give Schottenheimer, he's been around the game most of his life. I will give him that. Rest in peace to his pops. Respect to his pops for sure. Marty Ball was a thing for sure. I mean, he was coordinating offenses that did go to the AFC Championship with the Jets that had Mark Sanchez. So, I mean, he did have a lot of help with making Cooper Rush be decent enough. Now, would I still like that hire? No, I wouldn't. Because to me, it's still going backwards if you're the Cowboys and Jerry Jones. You're going backwards. So I'm trying to watch SMU and Louisville go at it. Man, Louisville beating the brakes off these boys. SMU is really struggling with a lot of the big dogs that's in the ACC, starting with Duke, starting with North Carolina, which those are their 2 losses in ACC play. Now you get a ranked team opponent in Louisville, and it's just really not going for them. It's really not going good for them. But like I said, Schottenheimer, to me, Frazier, okay, if this is the offensive mind and the head coach, who is going to be his offensive coordinator? Now, Schottenheimer makes sense because if you're trying to make Jason Witten groom him to be a head coach, this is the perfect time for it. And this is another thing. This has been put out there. This has been put out there. Y'all trying to, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are basically trying to give Jason Witten a job. Y'all really are. That's what you're trying to do. And you're wanting to groom him. So that's basically in the pack. Man, the Stars about to lose. 5 seconds empty net. This your last shot, and it does not go in. Stars lose 2-1 at home to Carolina. They ended up getting more shots on the goal, 23 shots on the goal to their 19, but it sucked. Right when the Stars tied up a minute later, Carolina gets a goal after that. And that's been the Stars' Achilles heel a lot this season. They get a goal, and it seemed like they lapse. Their defense lapse, and boom, they give up another goal. So that's something that just got to be worked on. I mean, that's a tough team to lose to. They'll have to get back on track. So we'll catch them on another time coming as well. SMU, they got a long way to go. Everybody in the DFW got a long way to go, y'all. Long way to go. Stars lose. Mavericks coming off a loss. They'll be injured going into tomorrow night. We'll 9:00 special. We'll jump in there and do some things. But bro, I'm telling you, Jerry and the Cowboy fans, look, expect nothing. Expect nothing, and really don't put nothing past what can happen. Of course, Dak, like I said, bro, the more and more Jaden Daniels have his success is already submitted, which makes you look bad. And like I said, the 2016 Cowboys, your rookie year compared to Jaden Daniels, 2024 Washington team in his rookie year, your team was vastly better. You couldn't even get a playoff victory, bro. So nah, man, the excuses are done, bro. And like I said, it's just going to suck because as you see, bro, the ownership ain't doing nothing to make this team better, bro. And their excuse is that they done gave up the money. I'm telling y'all, bro, if they didn't sign Dak, they would be in more worse trouble. They really would. They really would. Now you got to deal with Micah Parsons. I think the players actually like Schottenheimer. Schottenheimer is actually a cool – now, I don't know what happened in Seattle with him and Russell Wilson and everything that went on like that. But, bro, I think we'll have to give – I think what I will be being positive about Schottenheimer, to me, he's your best candidate unless you're going after Cliff Kingsbury or something. I would take Cliff Kingsbury over Kellen Moore. I tell you that much. I take Cliff Kingsbury over Kellen Moore. I take Cliff Kingsbury over Brian Schottenheimer. To be honest with you, I really would. Dak ain't a diva quarterback. He just ain't that good of a quarterback. Okay, especially he's not that good of a playoff quarterback. That's the problem. Eagles fans have the best front office in our division. Their GM Howie always making amazing moves. They had stole AJ Brown, Saquon, while Jared just sit back and say we're good. with our guys. We believe in our guys. We believe in this young talent. There's a lot of ambiguity going on and all that type shit he be talking about out his motherfucking mouth. And that's why I can't get mad at the Eagles. I can't get mad at the Eagles. I don't like the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, I'm not mad at their success. The hate, I tell you, it's not a hate watch for me because I don't like the teams. It's more because when I look at what they're doing, it pisses me off about my team that I root for and these raggedy ass Dallas Cowboys. That is the hate watch for me. And like I say, Howie went in and he's been adding. Don't nobody think a lot of y'all who say Dak Prescott ain't worth the money, I think a lot of y'all can still sit here and say Dak is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. But the Eagles put a better team around him. It is what it is. Like I said, Derrick Henry was in your same city. You didn't even pick up the phone to call. Talking about you couldn't afford him. Motherfucker, how you going to know what you can afford if you don't even call and try to check on the price? How? If the Commanders win, I won't be mad. I want them to win just so Jerry can take a look in the mirror. I think if Washington wins, I think that will be the final straw for Cowboys Nation. I honestly believe that. That will be the final straw, and I think you will actually go into a season. Look, people are still going to show up to the games. People are still going to show up to the games, being Cowboy fans or non-Cowboy fans. People are still going to show up to the stadium. But if Washington were to win the NFC and get to the Super Bowl, let alone win it, I think Cowboy Nation would be their last straw. That will be their last straw. And look, they'll talk about them from afar, but I don't think people, like I said, people are still going to spend their money. It's their money. You can't tell people what to do with their money, like Jerry, punk ass. But that will be the final straw. I think 2025 season won't nobody give a damn about the Cowboys, especially if Washington would be the team to win it all. Especially if they were the team to win it all. I don't think nobody fucking with it. Nobody. In the words of Keith Sweat, nobody. For real. And we shouldn't. Why? What should we do? Daniel's going to win a bowl before Dak. I tell you that, and it's not Dak's fault. It's Jerry's fault. Talk about it. Like I said, with Jaden Daniels getting to the NFC Championship game, winning 2 playoff games, matching Dak, there's no defending that. Like, there's really nowhere you can defend that. But y'all been hearing me all season long. How many, especially, it started in the playoffs. I said it from the jump. Bro, Dak has to take the blame because he's the quarterback and he's making the most money. But this is not a one-person fault. This is not a quarterback. This is not a Dak issue. It's not an offensive line issue. It's not a defensive issue. It's not a coaching issue. Okay, let me rephrase it. It's not just a Dak issue. It's not just the defense issue. It's not just the head coaching issue. It's not just the Jerry Jones issue. It's all of them. All of it. All of it is a total clusterfuck from the top to the bottom. Bones Fossil, he goes to Tennessee. Now, I know a lot of people weren't liking some of the cuteness that Bones Fossil was doing, but yet again, that was the best unit you had out there. I mean, Brandon Aubrey came up under him. Kevontae Turpin came up under him. That was the best thing you had going. And you let him walk. But for some reason, you're interviewing Brian Schottenheimer. Why? But to your point, look, Jerry don't go out. I will say this for Jerry. Jerry ain't out there, choking when the moment is big. That's not him out there. That is on the players. That's where I agree with Michael Parsons when he say, he's been having his going back and forth with Dez Bryant and stuff like that. Dez Bryant trying to hold the front office accountable, and Micah's more trying to hold the players accountable, which I get that. I get it, but are you still gonna be this much for the team when they do not give you an extension, bro? Because you're looking to get paid. So what happens when they say, nah, we're not gonna go through it with this? Are you still gonna be that team first guy? That's something I happen to question. That is something I happen to question big time. And I don't know about it. And I think a lot of y'all will probably agree. Y'all don't believe it, especially if the season is going shit. God damn. Bro, Louisville's hitting. They unconscious from 3, bro. They up 68-37 on SMU. Good Lord. Nothing but L's handing around here in the DFW. And I told y'all, really the hottest team right now in the DFW is the women's TCU basketball squad, man. That's about the hottest thing we got in the DFW because the damn show won't be the Cowboys. Rangers get ready to gear it back up, and can they try to shake it off? And there's been a lot of going on because I was hoping that we could get Kirby Yates to come back, but Rangers only sitting around about they only got about $7 million before they hit that CBT threshold where they at what $241 million that they need to, they can't be over where they don't want to pay the tax. So anything that was going over $7 million, I kind of saw Yates leaving because everybody was getting about at least $10 million. And I'm not mad at the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers spending money, they're trying to win. At the same time, bro, they might have all the players on paper. It looked like they're supposed to win 120 games and win the World Series. But at the same time, what I love about sports is you still got to go out there and play. You still got to go out there and play. A lot of things take factor. And then with you already winning the World Series and having all the players and stuff like that, bro, you're going to get everybody's best shot series after series. So there's a lot of things that play into that. You still got to go and earn it. But Brian Schottenheimer, if y'all wake up and y'all hear that the Cowboys are moving forward, I still don't think they will make this move. I still think they will probably wait until the Super Bowl. I won't say after the Super Bowl. I think the Cowboys will have a head coach Super Bowl week. Going into the Super Bowl, after the championship games of the conferences are settled, I think that's when the Cowboys will make their move. Who will it be? It will have to be somebody who's clear-cut on grooming somebody to be a head coach. And we don't know if that's going to be Kellen Moore's position to come up in here or if it's Jason Witten. Everything is speculation, but I don't think a lot of y'all are cool with Frazier, and I don't think a lot of y'all are cool with Saleh. And and everybody would only be cool with Dion. But like I said, out of all these coaching candidates, you got a couple of them that have head coaching experience that didn't bode well. Everybody else, yeah, you're really swinging for the fence for. Only reason I can agree with Brian Schottenheimer is because he knows your temperament. He probably is going to agree to what you say. This is his first head coaching job, and if he can still get him a job. His name will get him a job by itself. But this is going to be somebody who's going to confine to what you do. But I think he'll probably get more out the players because I think he had probably more success. I believe he had more to do with Cooper Rush being ready to play if Dak wasn't ready to go more than it was Mike McCarthy. That's my belief. That's my belief. That's my belief. But, or my opinion. Cowboys will wrap up their head coaching search Super Bowl week. Or leading up into the Super Bowl week, just so they can make news. That's all it is. It's all Jerry's trying to do. Maybe he does have a contingency plan in place. I mean, who knows? Maybe Brian Schottenheimer was the guy all along. Maybe he liked him all along. Because I believe he had more to do with having Cooper Rush ready to play. And I think Jerry took that is taking that into consideration. To me, it basically means Jerry is half-assing this operation. He really is. And when he sat up there and said these negotiations takes two parties to talk, bro, you might be talking, but you ain't talking about nothing. Your ass went and did that shit with Trey Lance and it bit you in the butt, bro. That move right there, I could go to the Amari Cooper, but forget that. You brought in Trey Lance, and then after the season, you let all the free agents go. You let Dan Quinn go. You didn't do nothing to replenish it. bro, you're gonna be stuck for another year trying to do something. And now you're trying to make way to pay Michael Parsons. Man, Cowboys not serious. Jerry ain't serious, bro. He picked up the phone to call Dion, but you couldn't pick up the phone to call Derrick Henry. He ain't serious, bro. You done interviewed 4 or 5 coaches, but supposedly you still in talks with Dion. He ain't serious, bro. Jerry has been out there. He only about headlines. He ain't about winning. It's coming full to light right now. And if Washington wins the NFC, Cowboy Nation, do what we got to do. Do what we got to do. Man, these boys really taking too much oxygen from us, man. They taking too much oxygen and they don't really give a damn about us. They don't give a damn about us. But now the more and more I'm looking at the situation, I'm looking at it, and it's like, damn, bro, he might have wanted Mike McCarthy gone last year. Maybe he didn't have Schottenheimer ready. I don't know what it was, but he didn't want to pay Mike McCarthy to just not be there. So he let him finish it out. But, bro, if it ain't Schottenheimer, I'm just like, bro, you let this staff go on a 1-year deal and you didn't have a plan. If this went sour, you didn't. Once it was a bad season, like, bro, y'all were it had no sense of y'all making the playoffs about damn near late November. And you mean to tell me you didn't have nobody in your mind that you could, that you would get this job to, unless it's Kellen Moore or Brian Schottenheimer? How did Wade Phillips leave? All right, then. So the way I see it, the way the steam, like I said, if you take for face value, Mike McCarthy got credit because he did win without Dak, having a backup with Cooper Rush. But how much of that was really Brian Schottenheimer? I think Brian Schottenheimer had a lot to do with Cooper Rush being ready to play. And I think Jerry sees that and he's like, okay, maybe you can get the best out of Dak. And it's something to see. It's something to see. I don't agree with it, but the more and more I'm looking at the tea leaves and reading all the details, don't be surprised by the end of this NFC AFC championship week, getting closer to the Super Bowl, Brian Schottenheimer will be named your head coach. That's what I believe. He's going to be your head coach. And I don't know I know y'all don't like that, but it's some dark days. It's some wet times coming ahead, y'all. It really is. It really is. So, like I said, Dion would have been cool. It's not going to happen. He could have got Belichick. That ain't going to happen. Kellen Moore, it's either Kellen Moore or it's going to be Brian Schottenheimer. 2 guys who's been around that knows Dak. And knows Dak in the system that he previously was runner-up to MVP for. Kellen Moore, Brian Schottenheimer. Those are the 2 right there. Those are the 2 leading candidates. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's Brian Schottenheimer because he don't have to pay him a lot. He's probably gonna agree to the deal that Jerry wanted to give Mike McCarthy. But Mike McCarthy wasn't going for it. We'll see. We'll see. Brian Schottenheimer, Kellen Moore. That's what you're working with right there. Brian Schottenheimer got the lead. He has the lead. But those are the only 2 candidates I can see going for it right now. So this hire won't be made until after the NFC AFC championship game, y'all. So, but prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves. It's Kellen Moore or Brian Schottenheimer. That's my guess. That's my opinion. That's my hot take that I'm giving on the next Cowboy hire. I believe it's going to be Brian Schottenheimer. If not him, right below him is going to be Kellen Moore, which I would rather take Schottenheimer over Kellen Moore. Just because I know his football pedigree, his family been around, had him in football a long time. The dude made back-to-back AFC championship games as offensive coordinator with Mark Sanchez, which was more of a run-oriented offense. You know what I'm saying? So, Pretty soon here, we're gonna get to talking more about draft. Basically, after the NFC AFC championship games, we can talk more about draft. I'm still trying to see if I'm gonna go to the the Shrine Bowl game down here at AT&T Stadium. So I'm still trying to figure out if I'm gonna do something like that. So, boy, SMU getting pummeled. They down to one time out, the game over. Under 10 minutes, anything can happen, but it ain't happening for them. But I'm just letting y'all know, bro. Jerry ain't serious. And my points going over about that is, look, he picked up the phone to call Dion, but he still ain't been on no interview. You know what I'm saying? He's just being lazy in his search. I don't think he's trying to do anything. He covered the Rooney Rule with Salah and Frazier. That's out the way. Kellen Moore, Brian Schottenheimer, and the more I look at it, I would take Schottenheimer because I've seen him go back-to-back AFC championship games with Mark Sanchez. I've seen him basically get the game plan ready for a Cooper Rush. So if he can win with that talent and you give him at least the reins, let's see what he can do. I would take that over Kellen Moore. I would really take Cliff Kingsbury. But to me, Cliff Kingsbury and probably Schottenheimer are at the same boat. It's just Cliff has had head coaching experience. So that's kind of how I look at it. But you're rolling the dice right now. If you had to put your money on it, Brian Schottenheimer is going to be your next Cowboys head coach. Don't know for how long, but he will be your next head coach. That's just me saying that. I don't like it, but that's me saying that. So that's what I'm covering from today. That's what I got up off my chest, man. Like I said, Jerry is not serious. Stars, they take a L tonight against the Carolina Hurricanes in a tough matchup. It got tied up. I mean, the Stars was down 1-0 for most of the game, and then in the third period, they did end up getting a goal. But right when they got the goal, less than 30 seconds later, Carolina takes a goal, leads, takes the game 2-1. Stars going to have to rebound as they I don't think they gained any points in this game. So, something that they got to do, get back into shape. They still kind of banged up. Tomorrow night, there'll be a Mavs night talk, Mavs game night. Have some things going in for the Mavs, bro. They need everything they need every prayer, every support that they can get just to make it till the Cavalry gets healthy. My man TGK said the season is over. I don't want to give up yet, but bro, they so hurt right now, and the way it's trending, it is not in a good direction. Bro, true be told, they're like a 4-game winning streak from being back in the thick of things. Problem is, you got 3 games about these next 5 that's until Luka gets reevaluated. You know, you got 3 teams that, and you throw the Clippers in there. So you got like the Clippers, the Thunder, the Wolves, the Celtics. You could be out of play-in by the end of this stretch. So try to get 500 as best you can until the Cavalry comes back and you get healthy. That's all that we can depend on for the Mavericks. Rangers, I'm going to start giving y'all some more Ranger talk coming up in there. Go over all the looks. The Rangers are still looking for it. I mean, they still got about $7 million to mess with. They still got $7 million to mess with to see what they can do to try to get somebody to see if they can basically solidify a closer. They went and got a lot of arms. They just ain't got a closer yet. If they can get somewhat of a closer, they'll be all right. I thought they would probably move a person to make more little wiggle room so they could bring back Yates, but I think they're trying to keep everything what they got, especially in the offensive lineup, because the offense did take so much of a downturn last year. They're trying to get everything that they can get so they can try to rebound that. Now, on the pitching side, you just hoping for health with their starting pitchers, number one, and then number two, you got arms in the bullpen. Can they just be serviceable as well? But that's going to depend on the lineup as well if they can give them cushion in their insurance. So, what else we got? That's about it, man. That's about it. I think the women's TCU basketball get ready to squad up. Like I said, power rankings. If I had to give a power rankings for everything that's going on currently in the DFW, I'd put the TCU women basketball up number 1. Number 2, I would put the Dallas Stars number 2. Number 3, I wanted to give it to SMU basketball, but I guess I'm gonna have to at this moment. Then put the Mavs up there, the Mavs are just trending in the bad direction, man, and it just don't look good. But if they can just get healthy, they'll be all right. They'll be all right. They'll try to do some things. But to the meantime, we'll be here tomorrow night, man, 9 o'clock, same time, man. We'll get some Mavs game action going in, as well as some more DFW sports talk and some more elaboration on what's going on inside Cowboys camp right here in the DFW land. Y'all know what it is, man. DFW Sports Raps. Like, subscribe, hit that notification chime for your boy one time. Follow me on X at Drewski Selfmade. Appreciate all my people for joining in the chat with me, my man. Everybody, Danny, Travel and Random, Ulysses up in here, TGK. Appreciate y'all for all tuning in, man, making this a little bit live. I'll be live tomorrow night, same time, 9 o'clock. It'll be a Mavs night, game night, but of course we'll have everything extra DFW going in. So y'all know where it's at, man. It's the super fan from the DFW land, man. Y'all know what to do every time we chime in. If y'all catching this on the playback, man, hit that like button, drop a comment up in there, get the algorithm popping. We'll do some more things. Y'all know. Whatever it is in the DFW, I'm on it, man. I'm following it. And like I said, I ain't breaking no news. I ain't no analyst or no expert, but I'm following what's going on with everything up in the Metroplex. So whatever your favorite team is in the Metroplex, Rangers, Stars, Cowboys, Wings, all that, man, I got it right here for you, man. And we gonna keep it live. So we'll be here tomorrow. Talk Mavs, talk Rangers, talk Cowboys. Until then, man. Y'all know my slogan, do everything with love because love always wins. And that's the law. With that, I'm out, y'all. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock. I'll catch y'all. Let's do it. You know I'm talking about. Oh, also, before I go, hold on. Before I go, I do want to say, Cowboys are in trouble.
Tennessee, and